name is Jimmy Snyder. I'll be taking notes on this focus group today about electric cars. And Alex, if you want to go now.
Yeah, hi guys. My name's Alex, and I'm really glad that we can all have you here today to be a part of our focus group. Um, as I said, I'm going to be your moderator today. And then, Thomas, if you would like to introduce yourself to the group, just to give them a little introduction about yourself, then we'll get into the focus group.
Hey everyone, I'm Tommy Schamberger. I'm also part of this. That is conducting the focus group. Our topic is going to be over electric vehicles, but I'll let Alex continue the rest.
Awesome. So I would just love to hear what your general feelings are about electric vehicles, and if someone wants to go first, and if anyone wants to agree, disagree, or just kind of give your feelings on them, please feel free and speak up.
I think electric cars are good. I think getting off of oil and gas dependence for our motor vehicles is an important step to saving our environment. So for that reason, I think they're good.
I agree. I think they're good too for the environment. I think they're pretty cool.
I've heard that you can have like the charging stations in your garage, which I think is a convenient aspect as opposed to, like driving to the gas station.
I think that's a really good point by Jack.
Thanks, Zach.
You're welcome, Jack.
My only problem with them, my only problem with them is like if you want to go on a far trip, like I just don't know how the charging works. Like, are there charging stations around like 24/7 out like everywhere? You know what I mean?
Thank you guys.
Also, oh, never mind.
Go ahead, Anshet.
Okay. Also, some of like when they make the batteries, like mine the irons to make the batteries, it's really harmful to the environment. So it's good because like you don't use gas to power them, but also like to make the batteries, it's really bad for the environment.
I also feel like electric cars are more expensive than gasoline cars.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys all for your great input. Next question would be, would you want to buy an electric vehicle, and why or why not?
If I buy a car, I would buy an electric vehicle because it's better for the environment.
I wouldn't, because they're expensive and I feel like it'd be difficult to find charging stations for them.
I feel like, yeah, but probably further down the road when I can probably afford one.
I would definitely want an electric vehicle if it was a Tesla. If it was another car, maybe less so.
Do you care to elaborate on why you would only choose a Tesla instead of another brand?
Well, it's not that I would only choose Tesla, but I'd be more likely to say yes. It's because I would like my car to drive me around more than I like driving my car around. But I didn't know if that was relevant, so I didn't say it at first.
Any more inputs, or are we good to go on to our next question? All right. What would be a potential reason that would discourage you from buying an electric vehicle, or reasons?
Price.
Price.
I agree with price. I also think that the convenience of like if you are on a long road trip and you can't find you might have to pull over and charge for a while versus how quick you can fill up a gas tank. I think that would also come into play with a reason not to.
The car had a bad reputation of like breaking down or needing a lot of parts, I wouldn't buy it.
Awesome. What what possibility do you think would your next car would be an electric car?
Probably not that high.
Not that high either.
Agreed, not high.
Very small chance.
Depends when I get a new car. If it was like when I had more money, I could afford something more expensive, and maybe there was more society that was transitioning into electric cars, maybe. But as of right now, I'd probably say not very likely.
I agree with Zach.
Awesome. What kind of brands do you associate with electronic vehicles?
Tesla.
Tesla.
Lordstown Motors. It's real.
I believe it's real.
Jack, can you repeat that?
Yeah, it's Lordstown Motors, I think is the name. It's in Ohio.
Our next question would be, how would you describe Tesla's position in the electronic car market?
Dominant.
Number
Top
one.
dog.
Number one.
Competitive advantage.
Bougie.
Going off of that, what changes would you recommend to Tesla to give them an edge over their competitors?
They should make a model that is more marketed towards like people that aren't trying to spend a lot of money on their car. Like right now, people that have Teslas are typically people in a higher wealth area, and if they were able to make a vehicle that was more marketable towards maybe people with a more an income that's more like more people, I guess, more people would buy it.
They would make a truck or like an 18-wheeler. I don't know if they do that already, but if they do, if they don't, then they did do that.
Good idea as well.
Kind of wrapping up with our last two questions is first, what do you guys know about the costs of an electric vehicle, the range and recharging?
Not a ton.
Yeah, I have very little knowledge on all those.
I think it's like the same cost as like a new Toyota.
I know the charging cost is really cheap. And on the Tesla, they have a thing where you can see where the nearest charging stations are.
Awesome. And then overall, do you have like what kind of questions do you have about electric cars that, and it can be anything, and like what kind of like questions and concerns might you guys be noticing about electric vehicles, or even positive questions as well?
What happens if your car runs out of battery?
I'm wondering like what are the more affordable options and like what are those brands offering those? And if there's not any, like why aren't there any?
Can you plug the car into a regular outlet?
How much does a charger cost?
Just like more information how long a battery the battery life lives, or like how long. Yeah.
Maybe how close companies are to like fully self-driving cars.
How many new charging stations are being added?
Tesla's been making them for kind of a little bit now. Why are other brands taking so long to try to catch up to them in that industry?
Awesome. Well, if that is all, I would love to thank you for all of your guys' time tonight. We truly appreciate it. And we'll follow back up with you guys in a little while. Thank you guys so much for your time tonight. Have a great night.
Thank you for having us.
Have a great night.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Uh,
Bye.